Hi, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt, and this is Son.
Kai.
And this is our Extreme Rules 2020 reactions. Extreme Rules, Kai, or the horror show Extreme Rules. I haven't got my notes today, so you're going to have to really help me out here, Kai. First match was tag team, or was it SmackDown tag team titles? The New Day versus Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura in a tables match. So, what did you think of this one, Kai?
I think it was a bad match
You thought it was a bad match. Why do you think it was a bad match?
because Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro won.
Yep, that's it. They they won. Yep, and put as a Big E. I think it was. Was it Big E through the table, or was it Kofi Kingston?
Big E.
Was it Big E? Was it? Yeah, put him through the table and got the titles. So that's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? I think it was. Yes. Next match was. Can you remember what it was?
Bayley versus Nikki Cross.
Yep, with Sasha Banks at ringside for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Again, to be fair, I'm getting a little bit sick of Bayley as a champion, and this kind of showed. They keep giving Nikki Cross all these championship opportunities. They give her another one here. I'm getting a bit sick of it. They kind of they haven't really got anyone.
I also saw some.
What?
Sasha Banks gave Bayley one of her brass knuckles.
Yep, that was the ending of the match. Bayley had to cheat to win because Sasha gave her sort of a sort of ring, sort of doesn't say the boss, sort of knuckle, whatever you want to call it, sort of ring thing, and she hit Nikki Cross with that to retain the title. So yeah, I'm getting a bit sick of Bayley. Like I say, they don't seem to be giving anyone else a title shot. Where's Naomi in this?
That should have been a disqualifying.
Well, it should have been, yeah, but the referee was distracted by Sasha Banks, wasn't he? Or she? I can't remember who the referee was. Next match was... Well, actually, it wasn't really a match, was it? It was supposed to be Apollo Crews versus MVP for the United States Championship, but Apollo Crews has failed a medical thing. Everyone's thinking it's COVID. We don't really know, but that being said, MVP comes out and self-proclaims himself as the new United States Championship. This is MVP, who has been retired for 7 months ever since the Rumble, and he's now the United States Champion. So you couldn't really make that up, could you? Next match, do you remember what that is?
No.
Wasn't it Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio? Eye for an eye, wasn't that the next one? I think it was. Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins have been in this kind of like bit of feud for the last several weeks, where I think Seth Rollins pushed Rey's head into the steps, so he's sporting an eye patch. This one, the stipulation is that the only way you could win is by basically ripping someone's eye out, which is a bit pathetic, to be honest, a bit stupid.
This and also match, it's a bit gross.
It is a bit of a gory thing as well, especially for, like you say, children and that. But that being said, I think they put on a good match until the end. I think they did a really good match, except for that end, and I just thought it was absolutely just ridiculous. And I think there's a lot of people that feel that way as well. They did the same sort of spot where Seth Rollins pushed Rey's face into the steel steps, or the corner of steel steps, only for then him to grab his eye, and then Seth Rollins go on.
And also said on the network that he extracted the eye.
Yeah, extracted the eye. That's how they won the match. Seth Rollins see that Rey Mysterio was sort of holding his eye. It was obviously a fake eye. We'll put the picture up, but it looks really ridiculous, to be fair. You know, that his eye's hanging out. It was just ridiculous. Seth Rollins sees this and starts like sort of vomiting, and that was kind of the end of the match. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, that's all we'll say. Next match. Wasn't it Asuka versus Sasha Banks? Again, another ridiculous sort of stupid thing to happen at Extreme Rules. There's quite a few of them. This one, the ending was that Asuka went for that green mist. She spat it actually in the referee's face because Sasha Banks ducked. All of a sudden, Bayley comes into the ring, hits Asuka with the title, strips the referee of his referee shirt, puts it on, count to 3, count, and Sasha walks out with the title. They've now said that there's going to be a match in a week's time on Raw to determine who the actual champion is. That's a bit stupid, to be honest, because surely it's Asuka, because that title, that count shouldn't count, because Bayley's not the official ref. again, it's a stupid storyline plot. Next was
Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler.
yep, for the WWE title. Dolph Ziggler announced his stipulation, which was that he was the one who could use Extreme Rules stipulation, as it were. He could use weapons. He didn't have to. He counted out. He no DQ, that sort of thing. Whereas Drew McIntyre, he had to conform to a normal match, so he would get counted out. He could get disqualified. His title would change on a disqualification. This was an okay match. This is probably the best match of the night. In the end, it was Drew McIntyre who defeated all the odds and beat Ziggler. This past Monday on Raw, there is going to be another match at SummerSlam. It was announced there's going to be another match on SummerSlam, and at this time, Drew McIntyre will be the one to announce the stipulation on the night. And then the main event, which wasn't really a main event to be honest, it was a swamp match. It was Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt, old school Bray Wyatt from like the sort of the Buzzards type era.
Like the Wyatt family.
Yeah, the Wyatt family era. This was, to be honest,
It was basically a fight in a swamp.
well, it didn't really get to a fight, to be honest. Braun Strowman spent more time fighting all the henchmen than he did Bray Wyatt. There was Sister Abigail or Sister
like
Bliss.
It was like a Batman and Joker thing.
Yeah, the colours of the Extreme Rule pay-per-view were like the Joker from Batman. That's right, Kai. So this one, this was just, they've done these sort of recorded cinematic things, and they've slowly gone downhill in my eyes. This is like the plateau where it's just gone really, really rubbish now. This is terrible, to be
Batman
fair.
and Joker, like Joker's got henchmen and Bray Wyatt's got henchmen in the match.
Yeah, was that what you meant? Was it?
Yeah.
Well, also the colours as well.
Yeah.
They're sort of trying to keep on that horror show theme here, but it just didn't work for me. In the end, they sort of both fell into the lake, and then the Fiend comes out. But was this for the title, the Universal title? Don't think so. They didn't really say. It didn't really change hands. I don't really know. All we know is the Fiend's
It wasn't
back.
a match.
Well, it wasn't really a match, no. So that was Extreme Rules. To me, this has been. I don't think it was that great a pay-per-view. What did you think?
I think it was thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Yeah, I thought it was a thumbs down as well, except for the Drew McIntyre match and the first 3/4 of the Seth Rollins Rey Mysterio match. But let's say thumbs down from Kai, and I'm going to give it a thumbs down as well. I didn't really like it that much. Hopefully SummerSlam is the next pay-per-view. We'll see what happens there. Again, no crowds. It's going to be at the Performance Centre. Crowds, to be fair, I don't think are coming back. Probably this year, to be honest. I can't see it happening. So this is like the new norm. Whereas that being said, you can do it this way. AEW is thriving this way. So they're doing really, really well. And speaking of AEW, that is going to be our next video. That'll be the Dynamite explosive elite review for Dynamite, and that'll be tomorrow. So I think we'll leave it there, won't we? So let us know what you thought of Extreme Rules in the comments, and give us a like and comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in that next video. So I'll say goodbye, and say goodbye, Kai.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.